This is our journey. Welcome to the Betancourt's homestead.
I am in the middle of unpacking from a very long, massive trip where I drove all the way down to Fresno, California, stopping in Sacramento and Fresno, and then up to Sparks, Nevada, and just like dropping stuff off, picking stuff up, and whatever. The car was full on the way down, car was full on the way back. But we went to Costco, just mainly when we stopped places, we would stop and walk through Costco because that's what we like to do, get gas at Costco and then use the bathrooms at Costco and then walk around and get the samples at Costco because who doesn't love the samples, right? But while we were walking through the Fresno Costco, we noticed an awful lot of stuff that we don't have at our Costco. I would like Costco to explain why our Costco, which was built a year ago, does not carry all the stuff, fun stuff, that the other Costcos carry. Like literally. But there was this. I thought I would talk to you about it because we're all into reusing and waste not, want not, and all that kind of stuff. We picked up one package, but had I known, I'm like, oh, eggs are done. Hold on. Okay, now let's continue. The beeping was annoying. You wouldn't want the beeping. So apparently this is 14 reusable food storage bags. 14. Now, we had the smaller bags that they had, which were like the quart and the half a quart type bags, and we use them. Like I used them a couple days ago. Look at this. This is huge. Oh, wait a second. Let me tell you on the back. It comes with 4 of the medium, and then a sandwich, and then snack. So 4, 4, 4, and 2. I'm gonna call this a gallon size, like right here. It probably says it on there somewhere, but I just opened this. So I have 2 of those, and inside this one, let's look and see what we have, because you know, these are good sizes. These are replacements for the zipper bags that we all use, right? I wish I would have gotten more, but you know, I always do. Look at that. Portion controlling your meals and freezer meals, like literally freezer meals. There's 4 of those. Oh, and inside the other bag, why couldn't they just put them like all in the big bag? There. Look at those, how cute are those? Like these are the quarts or the sandwich bags, and then these are snack bags. Like, are those not just adorable? Like, are those not just adorable? Yeah, I like these. So we're gonna be using them, right? Waste not, want not, that's what it is. I've got to get to making my deviled eggs. We have a picnic to go to on the beach. Yay. I'm exhausted still. Some of you have asked, and I'm going to show you. What does this and this have in common? Let me show you. Some of you have asked how you clean these, and I got to be honest with you, when I first started using them, I was like, this is awkward. How do you clean it? So I have my crocheted by my Aunt Tanya dish towel soaked up with soapy water, and I'm just going in to all the little cracks and crevices. It had bread in it. And then I'm going to rinse it. And then once I rinse it, I'll show you how I let it dry. Because the drying is the trick. Don't think I'm wasting water. I have a 5-gallon bucket down there. See? Right. This thing, I should make it pretty, huh? Because if you don't, it just ends up falling. But I put it over a little container, and then tomorrow I will put it away because it will be dry. It will drip dry. If I lived in the southern part of the United States, it would take 15 minutes for it to dry. But no. Well, it takes 24 to 48 hours for it to dry. There you go. That's how I do it. I am in one of those modes where I had something happen, and I'm not going to talk to you about that in a minute, but I am here because pad and paper and my old-fashioned calculator, you guys know I am up to something right now. I am going to bust a myth or try to figure out what if something is cheaper than something else, because I like one thing, but I want sustainability and cost effectiveness on the other side. So I'm sitting here. Did you know I keep all of my Costco receipts? Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. I found the first one. Now time to look for the second purchase. Found the second one. We can get rid of this. Time to start crunching numbers. Okay, we moved down here. I need to get the item. I've got to get in the trash can. Hold on. I literally have dug through the trash can for you, so you better appreciate this because I'm grossed out a little bit right now. I put my finger on something. I do not know what it was. Do you remember when we bought these? They were $12.99 for 14 of them, which means they're 97 cents a piece. What are they, you might ask? They are Ziploc bags. There were so many different sizes, and this was the one I used the most. I used the other ones too, but I use them for all kinds of things. But I've used this one about 6 times, and I want to show you. I also want to tell you I'm really careful with what's next to them, and I never have knives or anything sharp that's next to them. But I do put them in the freezer, and I mean, I put all my Ziploc bags, usually what I'm storing my Ziploc bags is in the freezer. This is the 7th time that I have used it, and I'm not flipping you off. It's not the right. Let me do the other finger. I can't lie to you. It's got a hole in it. It's got a hole, and you know what? I looked at another one, and it looks like it's getting a hole too. And the only thing the other one has had in it is bread. I'm like, something's not right. Something's not right. I paid 97 cents for this. So if I'm only going to get 7 to even 20 uses out of it, it needs to be cost efficient. Yes, I know, we're trying to save the planet, but if I am reusing my own Ziploc bags that cost me 9 cents a piece, how is it cost efficient if I'm using a 92-cent bag that has way more plastic involved in it, and I still have to throw it away? Like, I'm hoping for something that lasts me a lot longer. Like, I was hoping these would last me years. Not to mention, they are not very easy to fit in the freezer because they don't mend mold and stuff. And I can't suck all the air out of them. So I was willing to look past that. You know, getting a little bit more freezer burn on an item because I can't suck all the air out of it. I'm willing to look past that for 92 cents if I can use it for 6 months and I don't have to throw it away and create more waste. However, there's a caveat to how much I am willing to do. Let me wash my hands because this is grossing me out. Putting this back in the trash can. We're getting into the nitty-gritty of things here, okay? So, hold on. Here we go. On average, I use these about 4 times each. And I'm saying on average because I do wash them out and I do reuse them. So on average, at least 4 times each. On average, I would think by buying these, I would never have to buy them again. Right? That's my hope. I would never have to buy them again. So even say, roughly, I would get 20 uses out of each one. This is what I've got. If I get 20 uses out of each of these, that means each time I use it, it's 0.046 cents for each use. Each use. Only if I get 20 uses out of it. Only by getting 4 uses out of each of these, even if I have to throw them away, because I'm still going to have to throw these away. If I get 20 uses out of them, I'm still throwing them away because they're ripping and breaking. But if I get 24 uses out of these or more, each one is only costing me 0.0225 cents a piece. I think you can tell right now which way I am going. However, I don't just look at the cost of something. I also look at the convenience of something. If it was easy to use. So these are much easy. They're pliable. I pull them inside out and everything, and I can wash them really easy, and then I can hang them on the line to dry. These are much harder. They require more water to wash because you got to get into the little tiny crevices. You can't really just turn them inside out. So they're harder to wash. These are easier to wash. It's harder to get all of the air out of these, to get, you know, like when you're putting bread in and you freeze it and then you come back and you want to try and get all of the air out. Well, it doesn't mold around the food very well, so it's hard to get all of the air out. These mold around the food very well, and I literally can put a straw in it, suck out all the air. Bonus. These are not easy to fold and put into the freezer and stack them, and you can't really write on them. These have a place to write on, of which I can go back and forth with my Sharpie, cross it off and write something new, cross it off and write something new. See? And I can fold it up. Let me take you to the freezer to be more exact. It's kind of messy right now, but you get my drift. And look, there's my flour. I fold it up, roll it up. I've used this probably probably way more than 20 times. But you see my drift? I have all of my bags right there, everything, and it's all nice and neat. And I just close the door. Whoop, Peaches got in the way. I close the door and I move on, right? So here's my thought pattern. Even if these only lasted me four times, it's still 0.0225 cents. I'm not even sure or guaranteed I'm gonna get 7 uses out of these. They may last me forever, and I will continue to use them until I have to throw them away. And no, I'm not putting duct tape over the little cracks and holes. I'm not that ghetto. There's nothing wrong with being ghetto at all. But I shouldn't have to do that, is what I'm trying to say. The product should last. The product should be there. The product should be able to withstand the test of time. And they're reusable. I should never have to throw them away. So if I'm using these and I'm going to end up having to throw them away, and they're 0.046, and the Ziploc bags at 4 uses is 0.225, even if they weren't, they're 0.09. Even if I use them once, I'm still going to be saving money. So yeah, now you know where I stand. I am not going to be embarrassed that I use Ziploc bags. They have their purpose, and they are more cost efficient. And they're going to be way less in the landfill because these take up way more space. And like, there's no way to reuse this. There's no way. Okay, that's my thought. So I did a video on all of this and how I was reusing, and I was going to these and I tested them and I gave you the good college try and I did the test. And that's where I'm standing with. Ziploc bags are still more cost efficient and better for the planet because these are going to break. They're not going to be total 100% all the time. You are going to have to replace them. So if I'm going to have to replace them even after 20 times, it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it. There you go. Now you know what I know. Bye, you guys. Now it'll sit nicely in the freezer. I'll be able to see what it is. There you go. Perfect. And I've never been able to fit more than 1 loaf of bread with those other bags. I have 1.5 loaves of bread and a whole entire thing of dinner rolls. It literally is the little things, but that makes me happy.